So, hello everyone. Let's now discuss how can we just go with the arrays. So, this is the starting of our arrays data structures. So, we'll be going with DSA from now. So, a consistent videos will be posted about DSA, right? And also we'll be solving some problems, right? Now, let's start our something like arrays. Let us start with the arrays concept, which is the basic concept, right? So arrays. So if you have any doubt in the middle, you can just ask me whenever you get the doubt. So what is an array? This might be something which we want to define, right? So but let us start with understanding by taking an example. Let us start with having an example. In the array is like this: 1 5 6 3 4 28 and then 8. Now I am telling you that if you are storing 1, you can't store this like R Sai Sidhu. So you can't do this, but you can store it like R and then Sai and then Sidhu, right? You can store it, but you can't store like one for one time and this R size Sidhu, and then you cannot store these things. So what do I mean? We only store, I need to write it here, we store only one type of elements, one type of elements in an array. Now we need to say this, right? Why we need to use this array? Now first we have started our session with what is array, right? Let me remove this s. So what is an array? And we have defined that if array is having like this, then we can say that this is the array. Now if I have to give the memory for this, now I will give it as 100. Let me initialize this as 100. Then it will be 102. 5 will be stored at 102, and then 6 will be stored at 104. 3 will be stored at 106. 4 will be stored at 108, and then 28 will be stored at 110, and then 8 will be stored at 112. So if you see this data type is integer, right? So integer will take 2 bits. That's what I did. 2 bits, 2 bits, 2 bits, 2 bits, and then all. So how is it storing? Contiguously, right? Continuously in programming and all this, we use this word contiguously, right? Uh, don't mind if I am wrong while spelling it, right? Or pronouncing it. So I'm taking these two things contiguously and same data type. Store only one type of element, or instead I can take it as same data type. Same data type. Now I have these two. You have this same data type and this will be stored contiguously. So if we have to write the definition of arrays, I will write it as arrays are arrays are uh, arrays are a data structure, right? Arrays are data structure where homogeneous, instead of same type I am using this name as homogeneous, where data homogeneous data type elements are stored contiguously in memory blocks. Contiguously in memory blocks. Let me say it as stored in contiguous memory blocks. Let me say it like this. So these are stored in contiguous memory blocks. So this is how this what I need to say, arrays, contiguous memory blocks. So that means one memory block after another, one memory block after another. So that's how the arrays are stored. Now, why we need to use this arrays? So if we have, or if you have any doubts, you can ask in the middle, but let me go with why. So we have defined it. What is the definition? And what is an array? We have defined it with the definition. And why we use arrays, right? So let me take a real world example. Now imagine you're in a bus station, right? Now we need a data, we need the data where we'll be having the bus numbers, right? We have some buses in the bus station, and we need the numbers of those buses, right? So one bus is having 0122, another bus is having 2123, one bus is having 1023, and another bus is having 2025, right? Just the four-digit number which is at the last. Now what I'll do, these are similar type of elements, all of them are integers. So if you don't know what are these integers, they are nothing but having a range from minus 2 power 31, minus 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1, right? So this comes under the range of integers. Now 2123 1023 and 2025, if I have to store 2123 1023 and then 2025, so these can be stored in an array. Let me name it as BNOs, nothing but bus numbers. So this is where we can use the arrays. Now this 0122, can we store it? So if we have to store 0122, it will be stored as 122, right? So how can we overcome this problem? So I will overcome this problem by storing it as 0122 in string format, right? In a string format, I can store them 0122, 2123, and then 1023, and then 2025. Now, I have a bus number like uh, XY01, let it be Z, and then 0122, AB 02, and then X 2123, like CD 02, E 1023. So how can I store this? I just store it in a string, and let me name it this array as bus numbers, complete bus numbers, right? So this is where we use these arrays. So in these data structures and algorithms, we'll be going with every data structure, and also what is the data structure, I need to write it clearly, right? So what is this data structure, and why we use this data structure, and then how? How are we gonna use these data structures? How can we implement the data structure? Now, I'm just starting with the basic thing of array, right? Now, what is the data structure? This array data structure. Arrays are data structures where homogeneous data type elements, that means similar data elements, like it might be a string, it might be an integer, it might be a floating type value, but everything need to be similar. Here 1 5 6 3 4 28 8, all are similar data elements, right? Similar data types, nothing but integer. Now arrays are data structures where homogeneous data type elements are stored in contiguous memory blocks. What is this contiguous memory blocks? Contiguous is nothing but, if one element is stored here, if it is stored at 101, then the next element will be stored at 103. Why? Because 2 bytes will be given for two 2 bytes will be given for integer, right? Now, so if you see, I have the definition of what is this data structure, and we have completed with why are we using this data structure. So to store the similar type of elements, now the question comes, how can we implement the data structure in C++? As I will be going with C++, the array is initialized as integer array. Now let me initialize it as integer array. Now if I have to initialize with the size, it will be initialized as int array of the size. Let it be like 50 or something like that. So if you have any doubts for now, you can just ask me. Now you might be getting something like an array where you will be having 5, 6 and then 3 and then 4. 0, 1, 2, 3. Now comes the question. Why I am starting with this 0? I will be pointing to 0 and then going to the end, and all this will be teach to everyone. But why? Why are we starting our indexing with 0? If anyone knows, you can just comment in the live chat. So if anyone is interested to answer, then you can answer. Why we are starting our indexing with 0? Right, that's the question. Let me write it. Why indexing, why, let me write it here. So why indexing starts from 0? That's the problem. That's the question which we might get. Why indexing starts from 0, right? Why can't it be 1? Why we just choose array starting index as 0? Why isn't it 1? Or why isn't it 2? Right? That's the problem, and I want to explain it. But if anyone is interested, then you can just answer. But after 1 minute of waiting, then I'll be explaining why the indexing will start from 0, right? So if anyone is interested to answer, then you can answer, right? Okay, I will be starting at 4:43, right? Okay, I'll explain you why this indexing starts from 0. If you see, when I initialize this array is equal to this thing, then in the memory block array, like if this is our memory block, then at this point, at something like this point, here we will initialize the array, right? This array will be initialized. As I said, contiguous memory block, right? This contiguous memory block, right? Now, after that, at this point, what it will be stored, I'll tell you. What it will be stored here. Here, it will store first. Wait a second, I need to remove this game. Wait, okay, sorry. So I have this element, right? I said from there itself the initialization starts 5634, 5634, right? Here it will be 5, 6 and then 3 and then 4. Now I need to get array of I, right? If I have to get array of I, let it be here. I need to get 3. So now tell me, this array is at something like 100, and here is it at 102, 104, 106. Now array of I is got by base memory, base memory, base memory plus I into what is the data type size, right? So it will be initialized as bits or a data type size. So if you have any doubts, you can just ask me. So you might have got why we are using this indexing from 0, right? So if you are having any doubts, you can just ask me. So I into data type size. So integer will be having something like 2, and character will be having something like 1 bits or 1 bytes of data. So the base memory, if you see, it will be 100, however, right? And then what are we doing? What are we doing? Right? I plus right? Let me plus I into 2. Now, if I have to get 5, I need to get 100. How can I get 100, right? If I multiply it with 0. So, that's why we start our indexing from 0, 1, and then 2, and then 3. That's why we start our indexing from 0. So 0 into 2 will be 0 plus 100. What is this 100? This 100 is nothing but the starting memory or the base memory where this array has started. This actual array is equal to this where it has started. So that's why the indexing starts from 0. I think most of the lecturers might skip this, but okay, right. It is an important thing which I want to share you, but even though if anyone has shared with you, let me know in the live chat. So we have also answered the question why indexing starts from 0. Now let us go with how can we get an element? How can we get an element, right? How can we get an element? As I said, array of I will give you, will just give you how can we get the element, right? So, so by taking this, let me tell you, by taking this array of I, then we can just print out this array of I. So C out will be used in C++ so that we just print what is there in the array of I, and end L. It is nothing but end line. That means new line will be printed after that. So array of I and then end L. This is how we just access the array elements. Now the thing is, let us go with an online compiler, online C++ compiler. So let me just initialize an array, a simple array, so that you can understand how the array works. It is just buffering, right? Online C++ compile, right? Now we can just declare the array. Okay, now we have got it. So we can just declare the array as int array of, I need to give the size as I am giving 5. Now I can give you like array of 0 as something like that. So what I'll do is array of 0 is the first element is initialized with 12. Then array of 1 will be initialized with 15, and then array of 2 will be initialized with 17, and let's be 17 7, right? And then array of 3 will be initialized as 17, and then array of 4 will be initialized as 20. So totally how many elements do we have? Just 5. But we have just stopped with 4. Why? Because 0, we are starting from 0. That's why we'll be starting from 0 and ending at 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So totally we have 5 elements, but we just run it, but we don't get any output here. Why? Because we are not printing anything. Now what I'll do, I'll just go with a simple loop for int I is equal to 0, I is less than, what is this array size 5, I plus plus, C out, C out array of I. We are just printing the element, right? Every element. Now the element will be coming like 12, 15, 7, 17, and then 20. Now what if I start the array or this loop from I is equal to 1, then I'll be starting from 15, 7, 17, and then 20. So this is just like a basic things in an array. But if we go deeper, then we can get how can we solve deeper problems, right? So this is all about the array, but I'll be starting with some pattern questions. So let me just go with some pattern questions instead of wasting your time. Pattern questions. Okay, let me just tell you the pattern printing problems. Right. Okay. If anyone is having easy patterns, halfway pyramid, okay. So we need to print like this. Okay, program to print right half pyramid pattern. So n is equal to 2, we need to print every time just that. How can we write this code? So we are going with simple pattern problems so that you can increase your problem solving skills and also thinking ability, problem solving ability, right? If n is equal to 1, the star is printed for just one time. If n is equal to 2, the star is printed for 1 in the first line and 2 times in the second line. If n is equal to 3, the star has printed for 1 time in the first line, second line for 2 times, third line for 3 times. But if you see, for every line, it is printing for how many times? Just the line number of times. Line number of times. So in the first line it has printed for 1 time. In the second line printed for 2 times. Third line printed for 3 times. So let me write the code something like int. Let me just initialize a line in the another thing, right? So int I is equal to 0, I is less than line, and then I plus plus, then C out this star, and then I'll just give a space, and then no need to do anything. I need to just print this, and then after that I'll print a new line for int line is equal to 1, line is less than or equal to n, nothing but starting with 1, 2, and then 3 here. So line is less than or equal to n, and then line plus plus. Now here is the printing pattern. First problem, this is just an easy problem in my opinion, right? So what we'll do, let me just take int n, right? I need to take the n as the input, and then for wait a second, for int line is equal to 0, line is line is less than or equal to n, line plus plus. No. After that, what we need to do after this line? I'll start from int I is equal to 0, I is less than line, I plus plus. So C out star will be printed, and then we'll just give a space, and then we'll print a new line after that. First, let me give 5 as the input. Let us see whether it works or not. Let me see. Yes, it has worked, right? So firstly, if you see, there might be something like this, what I need to tell you, right? There is this one, this space, this one is printing, like this line is printed without anything, right? This is just extra. Let me check whether where I am getting it. So if you have, yes, this problem is coming in the outer loop where I have initialized with 0. That means it is starting with 0 and it has printed the star for how many times? For 0 times, and then it has printed a new line. That's why we are getting an extra line here. So the extra line at the beginning. So I'll be solving the pattern problems, and if you are new for this channel, then please do like and share this channel with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel. We have, let me tell you how many subscribers. I need to, okay, how many subscribers we have? Just 719 subscribers. So if you are new to this channel, then please do like to our channel, and then we will be having this DSA every day, right? This DSA every day, and every time, every video will be helpful for you. So I need to open this YouTube Studio. Okay, so can we hit 725 subscribers now, right? These subscribers, right? So can we hit 725? So we'll be solving for now. This session will be ended at 5:30. From then, just at that time till that, we can just start with the pattern problems. So can we hit 725 subscribers till we end the session, right? Okay, there's one guy who supported us, right? So now we have just printed it. Now let's just print it again. Let me run that again, right? Okay, now we doesn't have any space now. Okay, we have printed it good. Okay, now let's go to the next problem. These are easy problems, right? Full pyramid. Okay, let us see what is this full pyramid. So yes, this is a good thing to be noticed. This thing, okay, 721, can we hit 730 subscribers? So we'll be having DSA sessions every week, right? This will be much helpful for you. Now what, let us see what is this is saying, right? First line 1, so n is equal to 4. Let us take that example. One line is 1, n is equal to 4, n is equal to 4. Let me just change the color. Let me just change the color. N is equal to 4. This is just I am doing it so that you can increase your problem solving ability. So, and then let us see what it prints. I think this is the same thing which I am doing, right? So can we hit 730 subscribers so that it just increases my confidence to do more live sessions and also come in front of you for DSA. I'm also solving and learning with you, right? I'm not saying that I'm expert. So, okay. Program to print the full pattern, full pyramid pattern. So, any ideas of how can we solve this, right? 1 and then 3 and then 5 and then 7, right? Okay. Now, can anyone please can have a hint or sharing any hint? Then it might be helpful for other viewers too. So, can we please just share hints, right? So let's see. So for the first thing, 1, 2, and then 3, and then 1, 2, and then a space, right? Now, let me divide it like this. Okay, okay, let me take n is equal to 5. Let's see what happens. It will be the same thing, right? This 4, for this 4, I'll be having another line, this star, and then a star, and then a star, and then two stars. You see, it has started with one star, and then every time it is increasing by two stars. That's what I have understood for now. So it is incrementing by 2 every time. Okay, that's what I figured out. Now, what is the gap? What is the gap? That's what I need to know. First, I have printed how many gaps? 1, 2, 3, and then 4, right? So, how many loops I need to have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, let me write the outer loop first. Let me write the outer loop for this loop. This loop I am initializing with what is this color? Orange. For outer loop, I is equal to 0. I let it be 1. Let it be 1. I is equal to 1. I is less than or equal to n. I plus plus. Now, how many times we have printed this one, this thing, this thing at the first time it has printed for n minus 1 times, which is nothing but 4 times, which is nothing but n minus 1. Here I have printed for 3 times, which is nothing but n minus 2. Here I have printed for 2 times, which is nothing but n minus 1. Here I have printed for 1 time, which is nothing but n minus 2 here. Sorry, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, and then n minus 4. Right. Okay. I need to just go one after one. Let me just initialize gap. Gap is equal to n minus 1. So I'll print the gap first. So first thing, first what I need to do, for int I is equal to 0, I is less than gap, and sorry, I have initialized the I already, right? So let me initialize this as g. G is equal to 0, G is less than gap, and then G plus plus. I'll just I'll just print the gap. That's it. I'll just print the gap. Now, after printing the gap, I need to decrement the gap. First, it is n minus 1, and then it is n minus 2, n minus 3, and then n minus 4, and then n minus 5, which is nothing but 0. It will be running for nothing. Okay, gap minus minus. After printing the gap, I have printed one time, this only for one time. Let us see what does that one time mean. 1 by 2 is just 1, right? 1 by 2 is just, sorry, 1 by 2 is 2 zeros are 0, but 1 by 2 will give me like 1 mod 2. What does 1 mod 2 give? 2 zeros are 0 and the remainder will be 1. Okay, now 3 by 2 will give me 1, and then 3 mod 2 will give us 2 ones are 2, right? Okay, let us see. But let us see. Let me initialize before gap. Before gap is equal to 1, and after gap, yes, after gap is equal to 0. Okay, so if you see before gap, what I mean by this before gap is nothing but this one. So first off, let us initialize it as first off and second off instead of this before gap and uh, next gap, right? So it will be let me tell you, it will be before half, let me tell you as first half. Instead, that first half is equal to 1. So first half it is printed for one time, and second half second half is 0. So it has printed for 0 times, and then it has printed for 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, right? Okay, now before the first half, one time, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5. Okay, so let me write that again. Let me write how can we print the stars. For int h is equal to 0, h is less than first half, and h plus plus. What I'll do, I'll just print the stars. So see out star, let me give you give some gap, and then go with that. And then let me print the second half. Int h is equal to 0, h is less than second half, and then h plus plus, right? Cout star, and then give some gap, and then first half will be incremented by one, first half plus plus, and then second half plus plus. I'm just incrementing the first half and second half. Do I need to do anything? Yes. I think no, right? So first thing, the outer loop is running for 5 times with I. Yes. Okay. Then I need to print the gap n minus 1 and then n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4. But when it comes to n minus 5, which is 0, it need to be stopped. So g is equal to 0, g is less than gaps, and g plus plus, and then cout will be printing this gap, but we'll be printing two gaps. Why? Because I'll tell you why. Because we'll be having a star and then some gap and then a star, right? So I think we need two gaps and then we need to have a star. That's what I'm thinking. So if it gives much gap, then we can just uh, leave some remove some gap, right? So can we hit 730 subscribers, right? 730 subscribers before we end this session, right? This session will be ended at 5:30. So can we hit 730 subscribers? Now let's come to the problem again without wasting our time. See out this gaps will be printed. Yes. Okay. Now after that, what I need to check? What we have to check, and then we need to check the first half. Here first half will be starting with 1 and then 2 and then 3, 4, 5. Okay, first half will be started with 1. So first half will be started with 1, and what about the second half? Second half, it is printing for nothing, right? The second half started with 0 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Second half will be 0, but it will going for only 4 times. Why? Because this outer loop will be going for just 4 times. Let us do the code here, but before let me tell you that this channel will be giving you uh, all the things, right, which is nothing but the DSA content, and also it will also give you extra things, right? What I need to tell you, all right? So all the things which we need to get through the placements and also through the coding, so that you can also get it from it. Now the int n and all the same thing. Now I need to initialize int gap is equal to what I have initialized it with. So can we hit 730 subscribers before we end this session, right? Okay. Okay, gap is equal to, let me go one after the other, right? So I have ended this, but let me go here, right? So for int I is equal to 0, but before that gap is equal to n minus 1, right? So if anyone is new to this session, first half we'll be starting our sessions with problem solving ability. To increase your problem solving ability, we'll be starting with pattern problems, so that this will boost your confidence. And also if you are new to this uh, live session, this live sessions will be continued till the end of this year 2025, and I'll be solving DSA with lead code and also explaining you thoroughly. So can we hit 730 subscribers till we end this session? Until we end this session, just 5 more to go to 730, right? So first half is equal to 1 and second half is equal to 0. So if I go anywhere wrong, or if I am doing anything extra work, please let me know. So we are printing this pyramid, full pyramid, right? I have just found that this beautiful pattern printing problem in gigs for gigs, so we'll be solving it. And if you are new to this channel, so you know what we have to do, right? So first half, now int I is equal to 0, I is, no, let me start with 1 instead. I is less than or equal to n I plus plus. Now after that we need to print these gaps, right? So for int g is equal to 0, g is less than or equal to, no, g is less than gaps, and g plus plus. So if you are having any doubts, please let me know in the live chat, right? So if you want to share anything, then you can share it, but don't forget to subscribe to our channel, right? Now let us go with gap minus minus, right? But before that, see out, I'm just printing two gaps so that I don't confuse when we get a star uh, at the end, right? Then gaps minus minus, and after that I'll be printing the first half. So for that I'll use h is equal to 0. H is equal to 0. H is less than first half, and then h plus plus, see out the star, excuse me, and then the star has printed, the first half has printed. Then int h is equal to 0, h is less than second half, and h plus plus, then see out star, but before that I need to print it as a string, right? Then see out end l. I think I have missed this end l here, right? So yes, I have missed this end l, end line, nothing but a new line. So if you are new to this channel, just do subscribe. It will just increase my confidence to give more DSA content for you. So see out and then need to be included. First half plus plus, and then second half plus plus, right? Let me, no, there will be no return statement, right? Okay, I just gave 5 as my input. Let's see. No, gaps was not declared. Okay, gaps, I'm just changing it to gaps, gaps minus minus. So let me just update, let me just see, just 725. So we just need, okay, so this has printed, right? So it has printed so beautifully that I got my thought that it can give us a much space, right? So let us go with another problem. These problems are so much easy. I'm thinking like that. Solid and hollow rhombus. Okay. Diagonal patterns. Okay. Swastika part pattern. So okay. How can we print this? Yes. I got a super good question, right? Now, how can we print this? Row is equal to 11, column is equal to 11. Can it be different, right? How can we print this? Okay, we are not going to see this program, but let us go and 726. We just need 4 more in just 18 minutes, right? Okay, if you are new for this live session, just do subscribe to our channel, so you will be getting the DSA content and also coding content. But we need to solve this. Even if you are having any doubt, or if you are having anything like something you have to share it, then you can share it. We are going to print swastik, right? Swastik printing pattern, right? Swastik printing pattern. We are just going with arrays and loops now. So this will be quite interesting. How can we print swastik? Column is equal to, they have given like 7, right? Column is equal to 7 and also row is equal to 7. Column is equal to 7 and row is equal to also 7. Now let us see how can we just print it. So this is what they gave. I'm just copying it and pasting it over here. So it is so, excuse me, so small, right? So we need to print it. We need to print like this, exactly like this, right? I might think like this. I'm just thinking that I'll be having another 3 here, row, and then the column is also giving me like 7, right? Okay, it will be, I think it will be 3, and then here also it will be 3. Okay, now 3 in the middle, and then might think like that. So how it will be swastik, right? So like this. Okay, now I'll be printing. Yes, I got 6 on the right and left, 3 on the right and 3 on the left, and middle I have a center, right? Okay, then I'll print here, and then here, and then here, and then I'll print here, and then here, and then here, and I'll print here, here, and then here. Okay, so let us see what happens now. Let us see. First thing, first thing, I this one and then this one and then the middle one. Middle one will be printed at the in the same thing, right? Okay, I got an idea. So the first line and the last line, and let me tell you as is a portion. This one is a portion, and then this one is a portion, right? The middle one is another portion. How can we print this swastik? Right, that's what the question. And if you are new to this question and also to this channel, then please do subscribe to our channel. We just need 730 subscribers. That's what the target is. Can we reach target till 530? Right now I'm just dividing into 5 sections so that we can just print it like that. Now how much gap I got here? Just 2, and then I have printed for 4 times. Now if you see, n will be always odd number. That's what which will be clear. Because if we are having 4, then we cannot give a swastik which is symmetric, right? We cannot give a symmetric swastik. It can come like this. So it will be like this, which will be not so good. So to print a swastik, we need odd number as row and also column. It will be damn sure, right? So I'm just giving n as an odd number. Now I need this first as a number, and then 4. Why 4? Right? So 7 by 2. What is this? 7 by 2. 7 by 2. 2 threes are 7. 2 threes are 6, and then 1 is the remainder. So 3. Now I need to do something like, let me tell you. Let me tell you. First line. First line. Let us do the code for the first line. First line. I am writing it as first line. First line. What will be the first line? Now n is equal to 7, right? Now 7 by 2 is 3, right? Okay. Now first thing which I will be doing is first print a star. That's it. See out star, and then give a gap. Now after that, how much gap I am giving here? 2, which is nothing but for int I is equal to 0, uh, I is less than n by 2. I got 3, but minus 1. I got only 2 gaps here. So 3 minus 1 is just 2. So let me print see out 2 gaps here. Okay, I have printed it till here. Now after that I need to print for how many times? 4 times. Now how do I get this 4? 7 minus 3 is 4. What is this 3? 3 is nothing but n by 2. So n minus n by 2 times I need to print. So for again int I is equal to 0, I is less than n minus n by 2 times I will be printing, and then I plus plus, right? So this I have printed. Now so let me give it as cout star and then a gap, right? Okay. Now after that, what about the second line and then the third line? Here comes the first problem, the middle line. What about the middle line? What about these two lines? What we need to do about it? Now, what if n is equal to 9? So it will be at 5. 5 will be the orbit, right? So here we'll be having 4, here we'll be having 1, and then here it is 1. From this, I'll be having the first line here, I'll be having the last line here, I'll be having 3. What is this 3? What is this 3 telling you? And how can I get this 3? 9 by 2 is 2 fours are 8, and we'll be getting a remainder of 1. So 4 minus 1 is nothing but 3. Now 7 by 2, 2 threes are 6. Now 3 minus 1 is just 2. So we are printing for 2 times, nothing but n by 2 minus 1 times. We'll be printing that in the middle. So n by 2, 7 by 2 is 3 minus 1 is 2. So we'll be running a loop, middle loop. So middle, let me name it as first middle. First, uh, first top. Let it be top. Let it be top. So for int I is equal to 0, I is less than, how many times I got this? 2 times, which is nothing but n by 2 minus 1, right? So n by 2 minus 1 times, and then I plus plus. Now in this I need to print it. First, I print this star and then giving two gaps. What are these two? These two are nothing but n by 2 minus 1. Yes, these two gaps are nothing but n by 2 minus 1. So, first, see out. Now, after this, I need to print a new line, right? So, I need to print a new line before the top. Before the top, I need to print a new line. Okay. C out and L. After the first line, I need to print a new line, and then C out, a new star will be printed, and then after that giving two gaps. So for int j is equal to 0, j is less than n by 2 minus 1. 7 by 2 is 3 minus 1 is 2. Yes, we are correct. N by 2 minus 1, and then j plus plus. We'll be printing gap. So C out gap, right? So this is how we print the gap, and after printing we need to print a star again. Now let us give that star. So C out the star, right? And then this loop will be ending here, and then the middle part, which is absolutely beautiful, which is just giving me 7 stars. So I'll just print it, middle line. Okay, for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n, and then I plus plus, print C out star, just star. Now after that the middle line, I need a new line. Now, but if you see, before having the second line, right? So after printing this, I need a new line, and then after printing this, I need a new line. So what I'll do, I place a and L here. So instead I can place it over here itself, and L over here itself, right? So C out star and then and L. Okay, now I got a middle line, right? Yes, I got the middle line, and I need to print this line, these two lines. How can I print this? I got how many spaces? 3 spaces, and then a star, and then 2 spaces, and then a star. Now how can I print this? First thing, it is running for how many times? 2 times. So for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n by 2 minus 1, n by 2 minus 1, and then I plus plus. I got it for how many times? 2 times. And then first thing, I'm not printing this star. If you see, that's about the previous top. I'm talking about the bottom. Now I'm talking about bottom. I'm talking about bottom. So the bottom pot, right? So first I'm printing how many spaces, which is nothing but 7 by 2, which is nothing but 3, right? So I'm printing for n by 2 times. So I is less than n by 2, right? Minus 1. That is for these two times. These two times. Now I need to print for these three, right? So for int j is equal to 0, j is less than n by 2, j plus plus, I'll be printing just gap. Now after that gap, I will print a star and then two gaps and then a star. Let us do that. I'll print C out a star. Right. Okay. Now after that, I'll print two gaps, which is nothing but int I let us be let us take j itself. J is less than n by 2 minus 1 j plus plus. I'll just printing gaps again gaps, and then I'll print a star and then take a new line. So I have got the bottom also and then the last line. So here is our last line. What about this line? This line I'm printing for how many times? 4 times, right? I'm just printing it for 4 times, which is nothing but n by 2. N by 2 plus 1, I think. N by 2 is 3. So n by 2 is 3 plus 1, 4. So let's print the last line for int I is equal to 0. I is less than n by 2 plus 1 I plus plus. So just print C out star and then a space. That's it. Now after that I need to take two spaces. Two spaces are nothing but n by 2 minus 1. Now for int I is equal to 0, I am just using this same I is less than n by 2 minus 1 I plus plus. So C out two spaces and then take a star, print it, C out star and then end L again. So this is a huge code if you see, but it is not as difficult as we see it. So we'll be ending this live session in just 3 minutes. All right, we just have have to get 4 more subscribers to hit 730 as the target. Right, so let us do the code for this. So if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and if you are also having any doubts, let me know in the comment section. So I'm giving this as first line. So C out, wait, C out, let it wait. C out a star and then a gap. Now for int late, int I is equal to 0, I is less than n by 2 minus 1 I plus plus. I need to take it as this, right? Okay, if you are having any doubts, please let me know. Don't be like hesitating to ask any doubts. We just need 3 more subscribers to hit 730 subscribers. So we'll be ending this live session in just 2 minutes. So if you are looking for any channel which has DSA content and also tech content, so just do subscribe to our channel, right? N by 2 minus 1. So C out first will be printing a star, right? After that, for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n minus n by 2. Let it be. Let us see whether it is okay. It is okay or not. Whether I'm just printing the star, sorry, swastik pattern, right? Okay, I'm just printing the swastik pattern and then C out and L, right? Now, and then top. Let us see how can we uh, get this top. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than n by 2 minus 1. Now I plus plus C out star and then a space for int j is equal to 0, wait, j is equal to 0, j is less than n by 2 minus 1 j plus plus. After that C out nothing, two spaces, and after the C out star and then yes a new line. Now how can we print the middle line, right? Middle line, this is how we solve the printing pattern question of swastik. So we just got only 1 minute left. We need to hit 730 subscribers as the target today. So middle line for int, okay, int I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Now C out star, that's it. After that let us print and L. Okay, so we'll be having C out and L, and we need to print bottom right. Okay. Then for for int I is equal to 0, for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n by 2, n by 2 minus 1, and minus 1 minus 1, n by 2 minus 1, and I plus plus, right? After that, after that, uh, after printing I plus plus, right? After that, for int j is equal to 0, j is less than n by 2, and then j plus plus. Now we'll print C out two spaces. That's it. Now after that, C out a star, and then a space. Now after that, for in j is equal to 0, j is less than n by 2 minus 1, and then j plus plus. Now after that, C out two spaces, and then C out a, a star, and then a space, and L. Right? Now for the last line, we have this last line, and for the last line we need to print for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n by 2, and I plus plus, C out star and a space. After the for int I is equal to 0, I is equal to 0, I is less than n by 2 minus 1, I plus plus, C out will be printing just spaces, and then C out star, and then and L. Let's see. Let us just do a run for this, but let me give you the input as 7. Let us take the input as 7. Let us see whether it runs or not. Yes, but it has printed for much times, right? Let me tell you what error we have did here. So 7. Yes, we have printed for only 3 times, and then we need to print it 1, 2, and then here we have printed for 2 times, and then 3, and then 4. But we need to print for 6 times. The space need to be printed, right? Okay, the last line is the error, and then the first line. Let us see. The first line we have printed for C out, and let it be, it need to be printed for just one time, and then C out, you need to print just a space. Okay, this will be, the error will be rectified or debugged, right? Okay, let us see how much is our subscriber count. So it's just 727. We'll be ending this session in just 5 minutes. Okay, let us do a run for this, and I think the first line will be error free. Error free. Okay, now we have the last line. We just need the last line to be changed. Okay, we just need the last line to be changed, right? How can we change the last line? So we have only three, right? So we need to print it for another time, fourth time. So the last line need to be printed for +1, and then we print it. Now let us see. Let us see it by doing a run. Yes, we have printed this swastik successfully. So yes, we can go to another problems, but if anyone insists me to, so we are just only 3 subscribers away to get hit the target of 730 subscribers. So if you are having any doubts, you can just ask me in the live chat. Yes, this live will be ended by 5:40, 17:40, right? So I'll be ending this live session in just 5 minutes, right? Okay, if you are having any doubts, let me know in the comment section. So if you like this explanation, you can just like the video or the live session, right? Okay, we'll be ending this in the next 4 minutes. If you are having any doubts, you can just ask me. So we didn't get the reach of our target of 730 subscribers, but let it be. We'll be ending this session in just 4 minutes. If you are having any doubts, let me know in the comment section or in the live chat. Yes. Okay, we'll be coming up with another live session by the next week, right? Okay, so we'll be ending this live session in just 3 minutes. So if you are having any doubts, please let me know in the live chat or let me know in the comment section. And in the description, I have also mentioned you about 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 my Insta profile and also LinkedIn profile. So yes, so we'll be ending this in just 3 minutes. Let me give it as 9. Let me tell you that whether it will run or not for 9. Okay, it is also printing for 9, right? Yes, the first session has started with swastik printing, right? Yes, it is a good sign to be started the day or this live session with swastik symbol. So, okay, we have started it with a good sign, right? Swastik sign. Yes. So we'll be ending this live session in just 2 minutes away, right? And also we are just 3 subscribers away from getting 730 subscribers today, and we'll be solving the arrays problems in the next live session, including with I'm going in a DSA roadmap, and I have posted the DSA roadmap in my Instagram profile. You can check out my Insta profile in the description. Go and check it in the description. So we are just 3 subscribers away, so that it just increases my confidence and also give me motivation to give more live sessions like this, right? Okay, it is a good sign to be started our live sessions to be with swastik symbol. Can we just improvise it? Can we just give another symbol instead of this swastik? Can we give it like so? I'll just change like it wait first thing, first line I'll change it like this, and then this need to be changed as hyphen, right? I'm changing it as hyphen. Okay, the first line I'll be changing it as hyphen, and then The top, like the first line will be the first one will be printed as okay. The first one will be printed as like this, and then the middle one, this one, this one need to be printed also as this. Now the middle line will be always be printed as, let's print the first one, the middle line. Wait a second. So let us print it as hyphen itself. Now only instead of the last line, everything will be like this. Let it like a one symbol, right? So the bottom one, everything will be like this. So if you are confused, just look at the symbol. So okay, we are just away with 3 subscribers more to hit 730 subscribers, right? Okay, we got this lines, and then we just need to print the last line. For that, I'll print it like the last line will be printed like this, and then the bottom is printed as it is, and then here it is like this. Let us see. Let's run this code once and let's see what will be the output. Okay, yes, it has printed beautifully. No, not as I have expected, but it is just a lines. They are just lines, right? So that's how we are ending this session. So it's already 5:42, and if you are new to this channel, we'll be having the DSA live sessions every day, and we'll be having solving these lead code problems and also array strings and going with a DSA roadmap. I have given the my Insta profile in description, and also LinkedIn, and also to the WhatsApp channel, and I have shared all these DSA roadmap on all the live sessions and all in this YouTube channel and also WhatsApp channel and LinkedIn and also Insta profile. So you can just follow me there. You'll be getting all the insights and also what is the future plan about these DSA. You get all those things here. So thanks for watching this live, everyone attending this live. Even my haters, thanks for commenting. So please do comment. It just increases and boosts my confidence even if you are a hater. So thank you.